We are back for another year. It is the Irish Readathon. Now, I'm sure many of you already know about the Irish Readathon. Maybe you have participated before, maybe you've been a long-time supporter. But if you don't know what I'm on about and what the Irish Readathon is, I'll tell you. So I think for about 8 years, myself and my co-host Eva have run an initiative based around Irish books. Month-long readathon in March because St. Patrick's Day is the 17th of March. And throughout the month, we are essentially encouraging participants to read more Irish books than they normally would. It's a very casual readathon. It is very low commitment if you would like it to be. So if you don't typically read any Irish books in a month, and you pick up just one, you are participating in the readathon. If you would like to gamify and challenge your reading a little bit more, we do have a number of prompts that we set every year, and I myself will be reading solely Irish books in the month of March. We often get quite a few questions around like, does this type of author count? Does this type of book count? We are not here to police what you choose for the readathon. For me, most, if not all, of the books that I read during the readathon are from authors who were either born in or lived on the island of Ireland. But if you want to include authors that, have Irish heritage, like Irish American, I know we have a lot of Irish American participants, then go for it. The only thing I typically warn against is books that are set or about Ireland by authors that have no connection to Ireland whatsoever. And if you are looking for some recommendations, we have several years worth of videos, both myself and Aoife, where we talk about the books that we've been reading, lots of really specific recommendations as well. And if there's anything you're looking for that you can't quite find, let us know and we will try to be your Irish librarians. We've got a Storygraph page, we've got a Discord server that is quite active. I'll be posting stuff over on my Instagram account, and there will be lots of videos on our channels throughout the month as well. So now I'm going to take you through the prompts for your reading. Again, these are entirely optional. We do try and change up the prompts as much as we can, or as much as we can be bothered to do in any particular year. But the one prompt that we always have is to read a book with green on the cover. So hopefully that one is quite straightforward. The next prompt is to read a book by an author that has a new book coming out in 2026. There are so many big hitting popular Irish authors that have new books coming out this year. So this prompt is either about reading one of those new books or reading something from that author's backlist. So something they have published previously, but they have a new book coming out in 2026. I'm hoping to do a video about upcoming new Irish book releases in case you need any help with that one and inspiration for authors where you can dive into their backlist. I mean, every year always feels like a really big year for Irish authors, but 2026 is pretty impressive, including not one, but 2 books from Louise O'Neill. And if you know anything about my reading tastes, Louise O'Neill is my favorite author. And it has been so long since she's had a new book, so I am so excited. The next prompt is to read a book that starts with one of the letters that spell out the word Ireland. So you can pick an I, an R, an E, an L, an A, an N, or a D. So any Irish book that begins with one of those letters. The next prompt is to read an Irish book that has a great opening line. We are a people known for being able to spin a very good yarn, and the key to a good story is getting people hooked from the very beginning. So a book where you really love that first line, and obviously, it kind of gives you a little bit of freedom to pick, to be honest, any book you want. But if anyone did want to do a video where they are battling first lines against each other, I would really enjoy seeing that. The next prompt is to read an Irish book that is about family. Family is one of those themes that comes up in Irish literature so much. It is such a central topic. And it is a topic that is covered in literature broadly, but I do feel that within the context of Irish literature, the family is a really specific thing. Whether that's generational relationships, sibling dynamics, or even chosen family, this prompt is about that. And then the final prompt is to listen to an Irish audiobook. Obviously, we are very known for our accents. There are some amazing audiobook actors and voices. So there are lots of audiobook options out there. I'm sure many of you are subscribed to a particular service. But what I will be using is my local library, and this is how I always encourage people to get their audiobooks is via their local library. They will probably have some sort of service that is offered through your library where you can get audiobooks for free. You could have a little look now, see if there's anything that you want to put on hold ahead of the readathon. And if listening to an audiobook is genuinely like not an option or just something that you don't want to do, why don't you try like read something out loud as part of the readathon? Maybe a chapter or a short story or even just a poem. So I think that's all of the information that you need for the readathon. We will be kicking off on the 1st of March, but there will be a couple of videos throughout February to get you ready for the readathon. If you have any questions, if you're looking for any recommendations, let us know. All of the links will be down below in the description. So there'll be a link to Aoife's channel, the Storygraph, Discord, my playlist that is packed full of previous Irish Readathon videos. If you know someone that might be interested in the Readathon, please do share it with them. And obviously, if you want to let me know you're here but you don't have anything in particular to say, leave me a green emoji. I'm so excited for the readathon. I always read like so many new favourites in the month. It brings me a lot of joy. Hopefully I am going to be in Ireland for a little bit during the readathon. That is it for me today. I hope you're well and I'll speak to you in my next video. Slán.